Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Let's get back to the market, because it's about that time. We are already seeing things move in a positive direction, and they've been, believe it or not, consistently moving in that direction. Now, when I say consistently, I don't mean nonstop. There's going to be days where you see a little bit of red, but things have been moving in a very slow, healthy, progressive way. Before we get started, though, if you could, reach down there and click that like button, because it helps me out, helps me get past all the YouTube algorithms. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. You really should have been already thinking about gold and silver now for quite some time. If you haven't, and you're thinking about buying gold and silver, go check out our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. The link will be down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and get a free half ounce of silver. So what do we have going on after markets close? We see Bitcoin at 43,449. Earlier, when I was going to do my report, I saw that it was in the red, but it has since recovered, and it's recovered nicely. So Bitcoin moving on up. Like I said, high tide lifts all boats. Look at everybody else. Ethereum above the 3,000 again at 3,015. We have XRP at 82 cents. Cardano at $1.07. Solana at $101. Dogecoin trying to get near that 15-cent mark, sitting just below 15 cents. Polkadot's at $19.19. Shiba 4030. There's a lot of good articles coming out about Shiba. They seem to be nonstop. So I saw a couple of good posts for Shiba. So it says right here, Shiba Army, join us in welcoming Welly Friends, our newest partner for Shiba, Shiba Foodies. I believe it's its first crypto-themed hamburger place. I believe that's what this is, which is kind of cool. And so you can use Shiba coins to purchase food there. So that's awesome, and that's great news for Shiba. That's mass acceptance. Crypto.com's at 48 cents. Satoma sitting at 7019. Man, it keeps taking a hit. It just can't get solid footing. But of course, there's some good news today, and obviously it's responding that way. Shiba is up 12.8%. So over the last hour, it's up 3%. Over the last 24 hours, like I said, 12.8%. But over the last 7 days, on average, it has lost 25.8%. And over the last 14 days has lost 36.9%. And over the last 30 days, total average a negative 49.5%. So Shiba and Satoma, I don't give up on. I still have them. I have not sold any of them, not a single one. Pimpy, are going to sell? I go, no, I told you, these are the cryptos. I put in exactly what I wanted. So here's what it comes to investing. I set goals for myself. There's only so many Vietnam Dong. There's only so many Iraqi dinars. There's only so many Shiba coins, and there's only so many Satoma coins. I told myself this is what I'm going to buy. This is my limit, period. Now, I used to set goals and limits for gold and silver, but those have since removed. I just never feel I can have enough. So most of my money is always in precious metals. When I use my discretionary funds to buy cryptocurrencies, I said this is how much I want in each one of them. That's it. Whatever happens with those ones, if they go down to zero, oh well. If they make me a millionaire, that's awesome. So yeah, if this again is going according to the Wyckoff, they're still going to have little dips along the way, but still, it follows that same pattern. So if that's the case, this is that time. You've seen all the billionaires and hedge fund managers and different types of businesses all buying a ton of Bitcoin. Now, all of a sudden, you're seeing everybody pumping it. Everybody pumps it. Remember, according to the Wyckoff, once the power people get in position and they have accumulated the coins that they wanted, you'll see them start pumping it in the media. And sure enough, they are. We're seeing Super Bowl ads for cryptocurrencies. It is going to affect the currency. It's going to go up. You're going to see nothing but great news. And they're just going to keep pumping until Bitcoin reaches new highs. If you study the Wyckoff and you pay attention to the charts, and you watch what's going on in the news, you too can make money off of Bitcoin. Cryptos, period. So technically, this little miniature bull run for Bitcoin is actually started on the 22nd of January. So back here, it closed out at $35,030, and it still continues to climb. You can see right here. It looks like it is following the Wyckoff. This is good for individuals who want to jump in. Now is the time. You're still going to see some small drops along the way, but I would not panic. This is the time when it takes you up to new highs. And if you want to buy cryptocurrencies, the link is down below in the description. You'll see where it says buy crypto here. Click it. It'll take you to a platform. It's easy to use. Sign up there and buy cryptocurrency. In my opinion, this is absolutely the time. Speaking of, gold and silver have continued to climb in a very slow and healthy manner. Look at this. Silver is back up to $23.87. Are the powers that be going to let it finally get above 24? Look at the hour chart. Look. So you can see since January 28th, when silver is down at $22.23, it has just consistently been climbing. And besides this dip here, I don't know what the heck that's about because it happened to gold too. But it has been consistently climbing. It's now up to $23.89 and still climbing. Gold is your hedge against inflation. We know this. The funny thing is I see articles out there now trying to discourage people so much from buying gold and silver. It's not even funny. So silver looking good. It's been consistent at least since the 28th and continues to climb. Gold, the same thing. Dang, gold is up to $1,872. That's nice. Like to see it get back up there around the $2,000 mark. Look at this. See, consistent, except for that little V thing right here, like we saw with silver. And this has been since when? Since the 28th. And you can see, look at that steady climb since the 28th. Could it get above 2,000? Heck yeah. As a matter of fact, experts got, here's the thing. Experts got on it, and I mean super conservative. This is really conservative. They got gold at $3,000 by the end of this year. And the gold to silver ratio, they got the gold and silver ratio bouncing back to its historical level, which is 15-1. If that's the case and gold goes to, let's see, if gold does go to $3,000 and the ratio does bounce back, that puts silver at around $200. Keep in mind, silver has a ton of commercial use, ton of it. So hopefully you have been stacking while the prices are low, because it's not going to stay that way much longer. And in addition to that, hopefully some of you people were wise enough to move over some of your 401ks or IRAs 25-30% into gold and silver just to protect yourself. Now we're starting to see this a lot, and I mean a lot. These are crashes. PayPal stocks drop, wipes out 2 years of gains. Insiders are buying up shares. Oh, are they? Nearly 2 years of gains have been wiped out on PayPal's holdings market value since the payment company reported a disappointing fourth quarter with cringe-inducing guidance after the market closed on February the 1st. So look at this. It dropped 25%, you guys. That's not small. That's huge. Just another company that's lost a huge portion of their value, and why we should really pay attention to the market. We are going to have a recession and most likely a depression. This is a worldwide event. Why gold isn't likely to be the safe haven for your money if Russia invades Ukraine. Like how it says it isn't likely. So let me steer you guys away from the precious metals. These are the things that are actually money. That's what they're trying to say here. Gold is rallying now, but prices typically decline in the wake of a geographic crisis. Of course it does. That's because usually the people in a war-torn area are in dire need of money, so they will sell their gold and silver. If they can't get a job, or their cost of living has been affected, then they sell their precious metals to get by. And then what happens? Well, then you saturated the market. So think supply demand. If you're putting a ton of gold and silver out there to buy, well, then the prices go down because there's too much of it. So don't fall for that trap. Just buy it then. If it goes cheaper, take it. But I don't think it's going to. I'm just saying. Gold is rallying now, but don't be surprised if you see prices fall if Russia invades Ukraine. That's because the price of gold usually declines in the wake of a geopolitical crisis. It does initially, but then takes off like a bat out of hell. So don't fall for this. And investors betting on gold because of the Ukraine crisis should re-examine their assumptions. Perhaps the closest historical precedent to the current crisis was Russia's annexation of Crimea in late February 2014. A month after Russia sent soldiers into Crimea, gold bullion was 3% lower than where it stood the day before. 3 months later, the price of gold was 5.8% lower. You can obviously see that gold has rebounded in a big way. What they're trying to do is make a comparison to the S&P 500. And they're saying the S&P 500 performed just as well as gold did during the geopolitical crisis, and they're measuring the way stocks performed the same way they did gold. But here's what gets me. You see down here? It says distribution of monthly S&P 500 and gold returns from January 1973 through January of 2022. But here's the thing that they are failing to put in consideration. All of the stock markets have been artificially pumped since 2008. All these new record highs are not done naturally. The markets were interfered with quantitative easing. That's the government purchasing assets in order to keep the markets from crashing. So what they should do technically is just measure from 1973 then until 2007. That would be a more realistic comparison. Anything after that, I wouldn't make a comparison of. So again, these articles to me are really misleading. So once again, I see people bashing gold as a safe haven. Remember, do what they do, not what they say. Gold prices are going up, and they're going to go up quicker. They just want you to stay away from it, is all. So once again, if you look over here quickly at the chart, they all look the same, pretty much. The one thing I dislike about cryptocurrencies, but since you have this knowledge, use it to your benefit and figure out how to make money off this. But definitely the advice I would ignore is people saying that, hey, gold is not a safe haven. 6,000 years of recorded history say yes, it is. And that's why you should be having some. You see inflation right now. The dollar's purchasing power sucks. Everything is way overpriced because the value of the dollar is lower. But gold and silver continue to climb up. So as usual, as the dollar's purchasing power dies, gold will continue to go up in value like we're seeing now. Wait till the tapering increases and the markets have to try to swim on their own. And then let's see what happens when the feds add interest rates. Yeah, we'll see what happens then. Anyways, that's it for now, you guys. Like I said, please hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it does help out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.